Hey everybody, welcome to Dad, Daughters, and Drinks, where you'll always get at least two of those three. Today you've got me, the Margarita Kid, and I am drinking Stranahan's, and I am drinking this because it's a special day. It is New REN Thursday. REN has a new track out. Looks like it's called Back on 74, Message in a Bottle Retake. So I didn't know what Back on 74 was. I had to look that up. It looks like it's by a band called Jungle. I gave a little listen to it, and it was kind of like almost like an old Motown-y sounding song, but I think it came out only like 7 or 8 months ago. It's like a pretty cool song. And Message in a Bottle, Police. I don't think we need to talk about that one. So I'm interested to see though how they mix these two up, because the two sound very, very different to me. But if anybody can do it, REN can do it. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. Sorry. His singing is just unbelievable. And I know people talk about it every time he sings, but the thing is, it's like every time he opens his mouth, it just sounds almost completely different to me. And I've heard him sing some kind of, falsetto things like this before, but not like at a sustained kind of high level like that, at least not that I can remember. And this groove is really awesome. The riffs that he's thrown in the beginning here, these little licks, also just really cool. I mean, so far, awesome. I'm gonna hear that again. Keep it rocking, doing the same thing. We get high on the breakdown. We were watching from the same time, but that don't change what I think now. We were talking about the same crime, but we don't hide when it rains now. I learned my lesson at the same time. Where did it go? I don't know that I would have known that was him. This might be the first song I would ever say this about for REN. Had I not known this was him and just heard it on the radio, I probably wouldn't have called it was him. Where did it go? Back on 74. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Keep it rocking, doing the same thing. We get high on the breakdown. We were watching from the same time, but that don't change what I think now. We were talking about the same crime, but we don't hide when it rains down. I learned my lesson at the same time. Where did it? All right, so clearly this is where they've moved into the Police. Now, I thought it says it's a retake, and you never really know. There's mashups, there's retakes, there's remixes or whatever. He's got a bunch of different type of things, and usually the retakes are like the Fisher rap one, for instance, right? Is it's kind of an instrumental background, and he just does like something completely different over the top. And so I actually thought this one was going to be more like a medley, like Back on 74 and then Message in a Bottle. But they've started putting the Back on 74 lyrics over the top of the Message in a Bottle background, and it works pretty well. I never would have heard that, I don't think, but that's why REN's REN, right? When it rains down, I learned my lesson at the same time. Where did it go? Back on 74. Call this place my home. Also, big shout out to the backup singers who are awesome. Both, they're doing that whole cool like backup singer dance thing that you don't always see the backup singers do, but it's that kind of like old school style that they're doing, or singing to Pink Floyd videos or something for their live shows. And the location they're shooting at too is really cool as well. I could imagine going into this place, and I remember seeing in the description they kind of gave a thank you to the bar for letting him shoot there. Just going into this place and being like, this looks like a really cool place to hang out.
Let it go, let it go. Let's take 'em back to 74, inherently poor, myself on the breakdown. Talk is secondary, first my specialty, naughty bars on the takedown. Rap like nicotine, sound so addicting, click, click, zibble, flip, caddy, daddy, hit the green, soak up dopamine, I mean dope scheme, take more head than the blade of a guillotine. Filipina, you should have seen her, she likes girls but I turn Tina. Angelina, wanna raid her tomb, ocarina.
Alright, so now I have to back up for a second. He's clearly... I wasn't sure if he was just rapping the lyrics to the song, but I think he's clearly gone off and he's starting to do REN retake, his own lyrics thing. So I have to listen to this a little closer.
Let's take 'em back to 74, inherently poor, myself on the breakdown. Talk is secondary, first my specialty, naughty bars on the takedown. Rap like nicotine, sound so addicting, click, click, zibble, flip, caddy, daddy, hit the green, soak up dopamine, I mean dope scheme, take more head than the blade of a guillotine. Filipina, you should have seen her, she likes girls but I turn Tina. Angelina, wanna raid.
So I turned Tina Turner.
Filipina, you should have seen her, she likes girls but I turn Tina. Angelina, wanna raid her tomb, ocarina.
So Angelina, wanna raid her tomb, so I think that's referring to Angelina Jolie playing Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider movies.
Seen her. She likes girls but I turn Tina. Angelina, wanna raid her tomb, ocarina with the Zelda moves, sound.
So Zeldarina, Ocarina of Time. So he's pulling out a lot of old references here. I mean, not like 1974 old, but still some pretty cool old school things.
Turn Tina, Angelina, wanna raid her tomb, ocarina with the Zelda moves, sound so smooth, wax strip groove, don't stay still, wanna make that move, thought for food, colour scheme nude, massive like jungle, shy but rude, and the world is yours, that's a Nas shout out with an awkward pause, cause the world is flawed when the power makes money and the money makes wars, and the world is more than a place in space on a spinning ball, and for now that's all, back to 1974. 74, call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go?
It's easy to tell that REN really, was kind of influenced by Sting and his vocals as well. And it's certainly not the first, Sting / Police type thing that he's done. So I always love listening to him sing Sting.
Just a lonely day, an island lost at sea. Another castaway, nobody here but me. More loneliness than any man could bear. Rescue me before I fall into despair. Something out a bottle, yeah. Message in a bottle, yeah.
Nice. And I shouldn't not mention, the bass player who was like the king of cool throughout that whole thing. And then of course the cameraman. It's kind of a not surprising when REN videos do the one take thing. I want to see if they call out who the cameraman or the players are. So I guess Sylvia Scarlett. So I guess he was Kai Lacey. Photography. So Samuel Perry Felvey. All right. Good deal. REN still doing his own sound mixing. That's one of those things I think people talk about sometimes, but I swear that's like, of all the talents he has, and he's got a lot, and he's a master of many, many things, like his sound engineering is like a superpower. I think it's probably, I don't want to say it's the least appreciated thing that he does, but I think it's probably the most shocking thing, because it's something that's so kind of different than all the other things. A lot of times people might have musical talents that lets them pick up a guitar or sit down at a piano or grab an accordion or a trombone or something, right? Like, it's almost like some people that are good at sports, right? They're going to be great baseball players and football players and soccer players or whatever. Like, they just have that knack for sports. And some people are like that with music. Prince, like, I remember his first album, they talked about him being, an expert on like 17 different instruments or something. And when you hear about Prince, you don't necessarily think of him being some kind of a master of lots of different instruments, but the guy was clearly very, very good at everything you ever saw him do. And REN's the same way, but then like doing things like, the sound engineering is like a whole different skill set, and he's just so good at it. So wow, this was a lot of fun, and I love the way it started off with kind of like pure Back on 74, and then it moved into Message in a Bottle music with the Back on 74 lyrics, and then it kind of moved into REN doing his own thing, and then kind of ended up back at pure Message in a Bottle. So it's kind of a nice little different flow of blends of the two different songs as well as his own stuff. So this was a lot of fun. This was really cool. And, between this and the Fred Again mashup, I'm really excited to see REN releasing other styles than hip hop. Not that I didn't love the hip hop stuff, because I did. But I listened to like a lot of his old stuff, and just songs like Hold On or It's All Right or, Ready For You, all these things that were like, maybe had some kind of rap flair to the singing, but were still more traditional songs and structure and things. And I just always loved that. And I know, I fully love, everything on Sick Boy, but hearing him get back to kind of what I consider more of his roots a little bit is really, really, I'm really loving that, and I can't wait for more of it to come out. I think he's kind of said at some point that, he's got a lot of material. He might get ready to start the next album, releasing it sooner than he thought it was gonna. I don't know what that means exactly, later this year, whatever it is. I can't come soon enough for me. And I'm sure that's the case for a lot of you. So anyway, this was great. Thanks again for listening. Thanks again for hanging out. And I hope to see you on the next one. If you're not a REN fan, if this is like the first time you've seen his stuff, I can't stress enough, go check him out. In fact, this video and all of his other videos, and as well as the big push and a lot of the collaborations. If you see REN and Chinchilla, REN and Eden Nash, REN and BB, all these things, watch them all because they're all fabulous. Go to his page, show him some love. He needs it. And, I just can't stress enough. The guy is just a master at so many things. And no matter how much recognition he's getting, it's still never going to be enough. All right. So with that, I will say goodbye. Thanks.